This is Mike with the Downtown Sound Off. We're at the Downtown Artery here in Fort Collins, Colorado. It's May 28th, and we're here with the Slow Caves, who are playing their EP release today. We've come down to check out what kind of pedals and amps they're using and how they get their signature sound. Let's check it out. We're talking with Jakob now here with Slow Caves. Cool. So we've got a Jaguar here. This is your main axe.
Yep.
All right.
The American Vintage 1965, I think from 2012.
Cool.
A few modifications.
Right on. What kind of modifications you got
the
going?
Mastery on there, and before the Mastery, I had some other bridge that our friend Dan Dockel put on. He's a luthier out of LaPorte, and he does all of our guitar work.
Cool.
Or he redoes cabs, and he's just a mastermind. He's like a Beatles freak. So
nice.
If anyone needs work like that, I'd recommend going to see Dan Dockel. But so he put on this other bridge first, which I didn't like. It still was doing the same thing that all those bridges do, like the strings pop off or just isn't holding tune well. So then everyone always talks about the Mastery being the greatest invention for offsets ever.
Yeah.
And so I got one, and he installed it. He had to fill in the holes and then redid it. And I love it, and I want one on every guitar. I wish they'd.
That is really cool. I've never actually seen one of those.
Yeah, I don't know how they work. I wish they'd make one for Strats, because.
Yeah. So is it that floating bridge? Is that pretty much the only one they make?
Yeah. Well, they also make one for Telecasters now and for Rickenbackers. But one thing that I really like about it is that obviously the strings don't pop off now, but the way the resonance is, the way the string. I think it's touching as little metal as possible. Yeah. So in Jaguars and Jazzmasters, with this system, there's a special resonance. You can hear it when you knock on the wood. It resonates in this weird metallic-y way.
Oh, cool.
So, and it just makes that even better.
Nice.
So,
that's cool.
Yeah. Should I talk into the camera?
I don't know. Okay. However you want to do it.
Yeah.
And of course, you've got the Stevie Ray Vaughan mailbox letters there.
That's right.
With your initials, I assume.
Yes,
okay.
and Johnny Marr.
Oh yeah, there you go.
But mostly me. Well, not mostly me, but
cool.
It's my initials. Yeah. And then I've got Holden Caulfield from my English teacher, Mr. Schneider.
Oh.
Yeah, that's me.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Cool. And then as far as pedals go, what do you got going here? So this one, is this the newest one you were telling me about here?
Not my newest, but it's my favorite pedal, and it's it's the biggest part of my tone, I guess. It's Solid Gold Effects Surf Rider 3, and it's the special color for Chicago Music Exchange.
Oh.
But I have it so just the main spring reverb is always on. That's what this piece of it's for hosing or something for a yard or garden. So that's always on, so I can't turn that off.
So is this what kind of pedal is it?
I'm sorry. It's a reverb pedal.
Okay, cool.
The spring reverb is the main thing. It has other settings too, but so I always have that on, and then this second button here is it just drenches it. It's all the reverb it has, and so half the time that's on too.
Yeah, that's very cool. I was going to say you guys have a very reverb heavy sound.
Definitely.
That's great. Cool. And then what do you use? You've got a couple, 3 distortions I see, right?
Yeah. So the DS2 is Oliver's. He got that because John Frusciante uses that.
Okay.
So now I'm using that as my lead thing. TS9 just for it's pretty much always on unless I need to be clean, but just general overdrive, and then a little boost and a little bit fatter overdrive. I use the Super Overdrive from Boss.
Cool. And you've got the Pigtronics, what is that one?
Philosopher's Tone.
That's right. How do you like that?
I love it. Oliver got that for me for my birthday a few years ago.
Yeah?
And he saw a demo where they were playing a Smiths thing, like Johnny Marr sound, so
yes.
He thought I would like it. It's a combination between overdrive and compression sustain. I just use the compression sustain. It's really evens things out, any compression would. But it's really clear.
It's a great, quiet compression pedal.
Definitely. And
do you use the grit on it at all?
I don't.
No?
But it sounds really good. I just, obviously, I don't need it.
Yeah.
But I also keep that covered so that never comes off.
Cool.
And then the Cool Cat is a cheap chorus. Jackson found that in a flea market or a pawn shop. Got it for $25, and it's really cheap, but it sounds better than most choruses I've heard that aren't $300.
Yeah. Well, and the cool thing about those pedals, they can also be used as a weapon. right? I mean, those things are
Oh,
heavy.
absolutely, yeah.
So if you ever needed to, you could.
Yes.
What if there was anything that you could have that you feel you're missing, like as far as a sound
For
goes,
pedals?
or anything that you've been dying to try out or
Yeah.
pick up?
I want like a new overdrive, new distortion, so maybe something from JHS or something.
Cool.
I know they have some great stuff. The color box would be sweet for like those George Harrison kind of lead sounds.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of maybe some of those weird delays from a Earthquaker.
Oh yeah. Those are
Sweet.
great.
I can't name anything specific.
Those
right now.
crazy like glitchy
Yeah.
delay pedals.
I used to have the rainbow device, but I couldn't find a use for it, so I returned it.
Yeah. All right. So amp wise, what do we got going on here?
All right, so this is it's the Silverface 68 Custom Deluxe Reverb from Fender. I think it came out last year or 2 years ago.
Oh, nice.
Keep it on the custom channel, so it's just real simple with the volume like around 3. That's the sweet spot for these things, I think. And then bass is cranked, and then treble around 6 or 7. I just like it to be really warm and clear, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And it's great. I mean, you guys got a really cool, clear, reverby sound,
Yeah.
like surfy sound. I love it.
Yeah.
Cool. Right on. And so you guys finished recording your EP and it's releasing tonight. Where'd you
Yeah.
guys record?
We recorded it at Corey Kaufman from Gleamer, his house, or his parents' basement in Loveland. He's got a studio that he's been running from maybe like when he was in high school, I think. I don't know how old he is now, but like 5 or 6, maybe 10 years. I have no idea. For a long time.
Cool.
And so that's his home studio, and we did it in like 3 or 4 days, and just very laid back vibes. Really fun. Corey's a good friend of ours, and we did the first EP in our basement. Oliver records as well.
Cool.
So it's that same like we just want to continue that like home studio vibe.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So we're here with Oliver here. We're going to ask a little bit of questions. So you play mostly bass or mostly guitar during your set?
About half and half.
You do about
right now.
50-50?
It used to be more bass, but keep writing more songs where I'm playing guitar. So
Cool.
yeah, it's about
Right
half
on.
and half.
And so do you play both bass and guitar through the same pedal board that you got going here?
Yeah, it's the same rig. The only pedal that I use for bass is the tuner.
Okay.
Everything else you just straight up into the amp.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so what do you got here for guitar? You've got, we see digital delay, and a Jekyll and Hyde, some distortion.
Yes, then I got an Analog Man compressor.
Cool.
It's given to me by my uncle Steve, great guy.
Nice.
He's given me a lot of gear over the years. He gave me that, and he was like, "This is how you can sound like Kurt Cobain's clean sound." And I was like, "Okay,
Sold. Nice.
sounds good. It doesn't sound exactly like it, but
Yeah.
you can tweak with it." I just pretty much keep it at 12 o'clock though, across the board.
And so do you use any amp distortion, or do you mainly use the Jekyll and Hyde for your distortion?
I actually exclusively use the Jekyll and Hyde, and
Yeah.
the story behind that is the guitar players from the Strokes, both Nick Valenci, Albert Hammond Jr. They did like a shopping trip to a guitar store, and they each got Jekyll and Hydes.
Yeah.
And so when I read that, I was like, all right, that's the guitar pedal for me, because they're my favorite guitar players.
Very
That's
cool.
like my favorite guitar sound. So, but I keep that pretty much 12 o'clock across the board also.
Nice. That makes it
kinda
nice and easy.
More fiddle with my amp settings more than anything. Just
Cool.
instead of fiddling with that, there's way more knobs there to worry about. So
Sure. And what do you got for your amp over here? You're using is it this deluxe here?
Yes, this is actually Jakob's Hot Rod Deluxe.
Okay.
I have an Engel Screamer 50 that I used to use, but just when we started playing more this type of music, it got a little too metal was
Yeah.
the word they used to
A
describe it.
little too hot?
Yeah, which we weren't really metal, but yeah, it's a little too hot, exactly.
Sure,
So I use
sure.
Jakob's amp.
And you got, are you using reverb off the amp then?
Yeah, just reverb the amp. I used to have a Holy Grail, or one of the mini Holy Grails.
Yeah.
That I bought off of Odom Relic, local
Okay.
musician from Fort Collins.
Oh, cool.
But it's kind of janky. It's got like some noise whenever you tweak the knob, so I
Yeah.
just stopped dealing with it. Plus Electro-Harmonics, so it's like its own power source, which is
Yeah, that always...
a little frustrating,
Sure.
Stop.
Pretty much all Fender guitars, right? Exclusively Fender guitars.
Yes,
Cool.
as of right now, it's exclusively Fender. I have a Rickenbacker 360 that I play sometimes, but
Cool.
it doesn't have whammy bar, and we're doing a lot of that
Yeah.
recently, sort of that shoegaze bend sort of stuff.
Awesome. Well, if there was one piece of gear that you couldn't live without, what would it be?
Out of all this,
Yeah.
ooh, probably the tuner.
Talking with Dave now, and so Dave, you do a little switching off and guitar and bass, about 50-50, right?
Yeah,
Is that
about 50-50. I usually start the set on guitar, then move to bass.
Cool. And here you've got a is that the Modern Player Jazzmaster?
It is the Modern Player Jazzmaster, and it's got some just pickups in here, but I kind of modded it a little bit differently. When I got it, it had a white pickguard on it, and it just had the pickups here.
Mm-hmm.
But now I've threw on these chrome pickup covers, and I got a tortoiseshell pickguard for it and everything, and so it kind of just looks a little bit sharper, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say I noticed the new pick guard.
Yeah.
Is it the original pickups then? Just new.
Yeah,
covers?
original pickups, and just the covers actually like dampen the output a little bit. It was kind of harsh before, and so this
Yeah.
kind of mellows it out a little bit, which is nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Right on. And then as far as pedals go, here you've got a good assortment.
Yeah,
of
I got a
stuff.
couple of stuff. I just got Boss Super Chorus here, Boss Overdrive, Ibanez Tube Screamer, Way Huge, Aquapus. This is a really fun like delay and like kind of gives you a slapback reverb effect. And then this is actually Jakob's Daredevil. I can't remember what it's called. It's like some, what is it? Logan Square Destroyer Overdrive, like distortion pedal.
Cool.
And I only use that for like a couple times in the set when it gets really crazy. But
Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
kind of a lead sound?
it's more of just like a giant trash sound, honestly. So
Yeah, cool.
I don't really play much lead. I play like some riffs and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's what that's for.
Cool. Cool. And then let's see, what do we got?
These are ABC switches.
Okay, yeah, it's
So
just-
when we switch, we don't have to change out cords or cables from anything.
Okay,
I just
cool.
tap. This is my bass one, so if Oliver's playing bass, I'll tap right here for the O. If I'm playing bass, I'll do the D. Jakob actually used to play bass a little bit as well.
Okay.
And so this is my guitar channel and my bass channel right there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right on. So which pedal could you not live without?
Probably two of them. I use the Tube Screamer quite often because I just like that little bit dirtier sound, but it's not too much distortion, but it's enough to give you that grit.
Yeah.
And then this chorus pedal a lot too. I used to have a TC Electronics chorus pedal, and I'd have them going both ways, so it kind of go in and out of your mind like that. But then I traded that out for the Aquapus.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool,
so
cool.
definitely those two are my go-to pedals, I'd say.
Nice, nice. And I noticed you're the only guy not playing through a Fender amp.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I got the Vox AC15C1 with the red and like this different gray cover. Kind of gives it a different look. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely cool looking.
Yeah, I was gonna just get an AC15 and I went to Guitar Center and they had that one magically, and I was like, well, this looks way cooler, so I'm gonna get that.
Yeah, no, it sounds great. It's a good
thanks.
contrast to the other Fender amps.
Oh,
know?
thank you.
It's cool.
Yeah, I used to have. We kind of got the red, white, and blue thing going on.
Oh yeah, look at that. And then what do you guys got for the bass amp? You guys all
Bass amp,
playing
yeah,
through
this
that.
thing is crazy. This is like a Fender Basement TV combo, so it's actually a tube amp.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy for a bass amp, and we got this used at Guitar Center, and it kind of lives in this case we built around it. So carrying it is a major pain.
Yeah.
But it kind of gives you this like different, more vintage bass sound that you don't usually hear.
Yeah,
as
it's
much
a-
anymore.
it's a
It's
nice-
nice and warm and
Yeah, round
rounded,
kinda.
yeah.
I like
Which is fun, yeah.
Very cool. Cool.
Kind of has when you take it out of this, it looks really cool. It just looks like a TV, you know, like one of
Yeah.
those old school TVs. So
Yeah. And what's this is pretty
Yeah,
crucial
this
to your
is-
sound. I think.
This is actually a license plate that Oliver and Jakob's great grandpa had on his old truck. It's from, and when we made this case, their dad thought it'd be cool to throw it on there. So we were going to South by Southwest, and we're like, oh, we'll represent Colorado there.
And then as far as effects go, things like
Yeah.
that, what would be your dream effect? What's
Dream
missing?
effect. Well, next thing I want to get is old school Jekyll and Hyde pedal. I messed around with a couple like Oliver has there.
Yeah.
Those are actually better than the older ones, but I just kind of like the tones that the older ones give you a little bit more. And then I want to get a color box as well and try out some new distortions. I haven't really set my eye on researching those yet, but
Cool.
yeah.
Right on. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, thanks
a
for your
lot.
time.
Yeah, thanks for doing this.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is awesome.
Cool, man. Well, good luck with the show tonight.
Thanks a lot.